What were you struggling with socially before starting this coaching? And how bad was your social anxiety at that point?
So basically, before I had this mindset that I couldn't speak to other people and had this fear of judgment before I started the coaching. But after working with you, I think you taught me that people judge you either way, whether you know it or not. They judge you either way. So in the end of the day, I just got to know that people think shit about you or might think nice about you either way, but you can't control it. So just do what you want to do, and yeah. And about how bad my social anxiety was, I couldn't even speak to people at the gym, especially girls. But as I started talking to girls, I got to know that's not as scary as people assume it to be. Because because due to the videos which you see online, people make this image in their minds that maybe especially in places like India where approaching is not as common as it is in other countries, especially there. Example, if someone posts a video of them approaching, the people in the comment section freak out saying that how are you not in jail and stuff. So it's pretty good after started working with you. Yeah.
Why did you choose this coaching over other options like therapy, books, or YouTube advice?
So the reason why I chose this is because I realized a few years ago that therapy is absolute bullshit and not worth it at all because depression isn't real at all. Example, I realized that with therapy you can't even improve your social skills at all because for socializing you need to be at as decent mental health actually. And whereas in books, to be honest, even if it is written that what you have to do, but everyone doesn't execute things the same. So you can't judge it properly. And even if you example, if I wasn't in the coaching, I read a book. Example, I read the book of how to talk to anyone, which has some 92 ways on how to speak to people and stuff. That thing, I tried to implement it, but because of the reason there's no feedback on how I'm doing it, so I won't know what mistakes I'm doing. And the same thing is with YouTube. On YouTube, most of the things, especially as an Indian, the problem is I can't even apply most of the knowledge which is given on YouTube over here because the people over here in India are very close minded and stuff. So example, you can't just go up to a girl and just smile and be like, "Hey, what's up?" and say good morning to a random girl. Whereas here, at least when I'm working with you, at least you can tell me what other ways I can do to improve myself. Yeah.
What specific results have you seen in the last month in social situations with women or your overall confidence?
So basically, I used to be a guy who used to go only once a week out to go and approach girls and stuff. But after working with you, the amount of people I've approached are more than a total amount of people I've approached before I started working with you. If I used to approach five to six people or even girls in one day, I approached those many number of people and maybe one or two girls every day at college and at the gym.
How did your approach anxiety change through this coaching? Can you describe a moment that proved that it was gone?
Yeah. So what happened was I had this belief before I started the coaching with you that I couldn't speak to girls of my class because it would become awkward and stuff because I hadn't spoken to because I didn't have a habit of speaking to girls of from my class because most of the time whenever I used to try to talk to them they would just make it an interview. So I just gave up on it and even after you suggested me to go and talk to them and just give it a shot and see what happens and I tried it and it made me realize that you can't even if you can't control things what happens you can't even fix things what happens you can't always think that it might go bad and not do it. Basically before I started coaching with you I wouldn't speak to girls in the college at all because I thought I might lose my reputation in front of everyone and stuff because if I get rejected and stuff I thought if things will become awkward, like whenever we like run into each other. But like in actual reality, like nobody gives a shit about you. So like example, a few weeks ago I spoke to some random girls who I didn't even know actually. I just went and introduced myself, which I would have never done in the, even in like if I hadn't worked with you, I would have never done it because like I would still have the same old beliefs saying that what they might think about me or like it might spread to college and stuff. At that moment, I realized like I have moved on from like my social anxiety and like from my older version of myself who used to be a bitch.
What mindset shift or technique from the coaching had the biggest impact on destroying your social fear?
Like after working with you, I just realized one thing that people judge you like whatever you do. Like example, like you said that if you approach the girl, people might call you a pervert or a creep or whatever, and people still judge you on like other factors of even if you don't approach the girl, like maybe if you're too dark or like you're too skinny or like example, even your friends also might do it. Like example, if you go talk to girls, they might call you a pervert, but like if you don't do that, just think you as a pussy, even if they don't tell it on your face. So like that's one big mindset change I like learned after like working with you.
How was it like being coached by me personally? How would you describe my teaching style and how it helped you?
Like your coaching was very good. Like your teaching style, I say is the best because like you take real life examples from your own life and like tell them to me, and on top of that, like elaborate on it and tell like this happened and like what to do and what not to do. And like it helped me like understand things like better and stuff. Yeah, I would say that. But one more thing which I really like is like even though like the like you do it every meeting, like example this meeting itself, like it should have ended like 20 minutes ago, but you're like still here with me. That's one really good thing which I don't think like any other guy does.
What was your biggest breakthrough moment during the coaching that made you realize you're not the same person anymore?
Like the biggest breakthrough moment was like when I even though like I started getting rejected by girls even after like working with you, like I realized like it's not the end of the world. Whereas before I used to be like really bummed out when I used to get rejected because like thinking why the project will not work for me even though I'm going for coaching and stuff. But like not for coaching, but like before working with you, I used to think like why does it not work for me and like work for other people. And when I started working with you, it made me realize that rejection is going to happen. You can't control rejections because like it depends on your timings, luck, and whatever shit and all. So like I started taking rejection less personally, and like whenever a girl rejects me, I just say have a nice day or like nice meeting you and stuff, and just leave from there. Yeah. Whereas usually before I would like think about it a lot before, whereas like now I just like get it out of my head after like the interaction because like it doesn't matter much.
Have other people noticed a change in you? What kinds of reactions have you gotten from friends or strangers?
This was going to be the best bro. Like I still remember till this day. That day, like the point best part about cold approaching is like especially if we are in a country like India, like where cold approach is like very rare. Like that day I was going and talking to some girls. I turned like this is going to be a very good moment, I think. Like so like there were these two girls sitting over there like in the city center. I want to go and talk to them, but like I was kind of hesitating a little bit, like not as much I used to before, but like a little bit. But then like there were these two older guys who were like looking at them like in a creepy way. So next what happened was so next thing you know, I just go up to the girls. I go up to the girls, hit on them, flirt with them and stuff. And while like we are having a good time, I just for a moment, second, I like look towards the older guys. They're looking at me like I'm some like alien or something. They're literally looking like this. Like if I'm over here, I am looking down like this. They're looking up like this.
Let's go.
Like that was not a good part. But like that also while I was in college, like not in college, but like in high school, and I was at my school. Like there are two like girls from like degree. You know what's a degree, right? Like the degree universities. So like my friend was discussing like if they're actually from college or like first year of like second last year of high school. Like in India they say like first period, second period, and all. So they are like like discussing among themselves like if they're like actually like studying degree or like they're like basically we are contemplating if they're older than us or younger than us. So I didn't do anything. I just went up to them randomly, asked them, like basically first I asked them if they're from like if they're a degree and stuff, if they're like studying like the degree thing. And they said yes, and because I also had one more question was like showing hair color. So I asked about that. And the moment I finished the conversation, turn around, all my friends are staring at me at this. So that's one of the best things. Like if you want to feel like a main character in your life, like definitely suggest like uh trying socializing, especially if I'm in a country like India, you'll feel like an anime character for you.
If someone's skeptical or nervous about joining this coaching, what would you tell them?
I would just tell them that like if you want it bad enough, you like have to try it because like if you don't want it bad enough, like you wouldn't even bother. Like how do I say this? Mm, like I would ask them to think like what would the consequences if you hadn't joined the coaching or like if you hadn't like improved like this part of his life. Like example, I used to have a very shitty social life and like people didn't used to respect me at all. But like even after like I just started like socializing, like my life improved a lot. So like what I just tell them is like socializing is such a skill that like you shouldn't even like think about to improve because especially if you're shit at it, like you shouldn't even think about like you shouldn't even hesitate to like I don't have if you have like financial problems, like you shouldn't even hesitate to like even invest in this shit. That's all I like to tell them.
If you had to summarize the impact of this coaching in one sentence, what would you say?
If I had to like, say like only one thing about your coaching, I would just be like the impact, especially on the impact which I had is like before I couldn't speak to anyone, now I can speak to whoever I want, even though I have like a little bit of hesitation, but like it's still better than like not talking to anyone like or like regretting it later. Yeah.
Why do you think that people should improve their social skills and destroy social anxiety?
First thing gets you connections where you like it helps you make connections and stuff. First thing. Second thing, if you're like if you for second thing, like if you have bad mental health, I definitely suggest you to try doing it because like even though it like it says that like the study shows that like if you like talk to like attractive girls like aim for 5 minutes or testosterone boost, but it doesn't apply only to girls, it applies to guys too because like especially in India, like if you're a guy from India, I suggest you definitely have to try this because like if you get a guy who's at your level, you will be amazed by like how people are.
Hey, if you want to become social like me, look, I'm helping students one on one to become the dream person, to finally get amazing amounts of friends, to finally get attraction from girls, to finally get invited to all of the cool parties, and most importantly, to destroy this crippling social anxiety which you have been feeling for so many years of your life. Imagine a day which you can finally wake up without feeling any fear of judgment and you feel like the best version of yourself because every single person wants to become your friend. That's what I can bring towards you. So, if you're interested, book a call with me down below, link in the description.